Hi, my name is Mariusz, and my call sign is SP8KM. In this video, I'd like to show you all the features of my MorseLAB running software version 2.7. Let's start with the hardware. The user interface is controlled by a rotary encoder with a built-in push button. The device features a 3.2-inch TFT display and a speaker driven by an amplifier with an integrated DAC. It supports an SD card, allowing you to add your own practice content. There are also three 3.5mm jack connectors and USB-C 5VD power socket. The jack connectors allow you to connect a Morse key, headphones, and a transceiver. The device automatically boots when USB-C power is connected, either from a power supply or a power bank. We'll start with the device settings menu, the setup option. The first option is speed. It sets the keying speed, with code speed controlling individual character speed, adjustable between 3 and 50 words per minute. The second option adjusts receive spacing between characters, using Farnsworth in words per minute or the rhythmic Beatsworth mode in beats per minute. The third option sets the transmit spacing threshold, when a pause is treated as a space. 100% equals standard Morse timing. The tone option allows you to adjust the tone frequency. The volume setting controls both speaker and headphone levels. Inserting a 3.5mm plug into HP socket automatically disables the speaker. The key option allows you to set the type of keyer. It can be either a paddle key or a straight key. Follow the on-screen instructions. Press the dot and dash for a paddle, or press the lever twice for a straight key. For paddle operation, you can also choose between iambic A, iambic B, and ultimatic modes. The screen option allows you to adjust the brightness and display type. When the text is red, it means the option is selected correctly and should be confirmed. The default setting performs a factory reset of the device. Show ID displays the device identifier. The Wi-Fi setting configures the wireless connection. It first scans for available networks to verify proper operation of the Wi-Fi module. Then it allows selection of a target network. Networks must be defined in the networks.txt file on the SD card. The file structure and directory layout will be shown later in this video. The NTP time option is used to synchronize the device clock with UTC time over Wi-Fi. Accurate time is required for the logger to function properly. The logger option logs all transmissions from the keyer module to a text file on the SD card. Details will be covered later in the keyer section. The font setting controls font contrast in exercise mode. Now let's take a look at the Tutor module, which is divided into 3 sections: Receive, Send, and Configuration. The first configuration option, Main Menu, returns you to the device's main menu. The Files option loads exercise content from SD card files. Details are explained later in this video. The No File option unloads content from the SD card and switches to the built-in data stored on the device. The call sign setting defines your call sign, shown in the main menu and used in Receive QSO training. It is entered using the key. MH sound enables or disables success and error sounds in exercise mode. The timeout option is used to set the timeout for the 100 head copy and 100 send tests. It defines the time after which the device considers an attempt a failure. The Coke level option allows you to change the Coke lesson level, while the About option provides information about the code the project is based on. Now let's briefly enter the Send Practice option, which is a free training mode. I'd like to show you that the basic transmit and receive parameters can be adjusted using a shortcut by pressing and holding the encoder. These changes are temporary and apply only to the current session. In the Receive section, we'll start with the Coke lessons. The Coke method is a highly effective way to learn Morse code by introducing characters gradually. You begin with just a few characters at full speed, and as you achieve a high level of accuracy, new characters are added step by step. This approach helps you recognize entire sounds rather than counting dots and dashes. The Letters option lets you practice listening to letters sent in groups of 5 characters. The Words option plays words from internal memory or SD card files. If you load data from the SD card and the device is using your custom content, you'll notice an asterisk appearing in the Receive and Send sections for exercises that use your data. The Numbers option plays digits in 5-character groups. The Mixed option plays 5-character groups composed of letters, symbols, and digits. The SD card option allows you to listen to files directly from the SD card, without randomization, word by word, in the exact order as they appear in the file. The next option is QSO, which simulates a contact using your call sign. Unfortunately, I accidentally skipped this option during the presentation. The call sign option allows you to listen to randomly generated call signs. Count word is an exercise where your task is to recognize how many words you hear without necessarily understanding their content. Flashcards is an exercise focused on recognizing a single character. By voice is similar to flashcards, but designed for hands-free training. You don't need to look at the screen.
D K Z
Spelling trains word formation from individual letters. It is more challenging than it may initially appear.
B Y K N O W G O O D N A M E I F.
Morse Ninja is a mix of spoken spelling and Morse code for listening practice, with varying speeds, all without the need for internet access or external apps.
SUNNY BE OVER.
Did if recognize is an exercise that tests your reaction speed for each character. After the session, you can review your strengths and weaknesses. Send Practice is a free training mode for transmitting any sequence of characters and practicing freely. Warm-ups, QSO simulations, and more. Warm-up is a multi-level CW warm-up routine. Only the first screen is shown here to keep the presentation short. Exercise is a multi-stage training routine commonly used by CW operators for daily practice. Drill is a multi-stage training routine that uses phrases covering all letters and numbers, and then moves on to prose signs and special characters. Pyramid is an exercise with phrases built from carefully selected, challenging character combinations, with the length decreasing with each attempt. Copy 1 is an exercise focused on copying a single character. At this point, I'm disabling the success and error sound effects. Copy 2 trains two-character copying. Copy words trains full word copying. An asterisk indicates SD card content is in use. Copy call sign simulates realistic on-air conditions. Adjustable thresholds introduce random variation in speed, volume, and frequency for each call sign. Head copy is an exercise where you need to recognize a transmitted word by ear. Just like in copy call sign, you can introduce random variations. If you want the device to repeat the last word, you can send a question mark. Spell copy is similar to head copy, but the words are copied from spelled out letters.
W E L L. I N
The next exercise is Send Word, which I accidentally skipped earlier. In this mode, you transmit full words based on what you see on the screen. Morse machine trains single character copying with reaction time measurement and post-session statistics. Voice machine is a Morse machine variant using spelled-out letters.
J L A T L 7 1
100 head copy and 100 send are test-based versions of head copy and send word. Each includes 100 attempts and gives you a final score once completed. Voice send is a training mode where you transmit using spelled-out letters,
W
guided by the word shown on the screen.
Y O U O U T
Drill word is a speed training exercise based on a single word. It can use the default word best Benz Ben wire or the first word loaded from the SD card. The Kayer module supports QSO operation with macro functionality. When connected to a transceiver, communication can be performed directly in Kayer mode. A red log indicator in the top bar confirms logging to a text file. The log can be previewed by selecting Kayer and holding the encoder. Both manual keying and macros are recorded. Speed can be adjusted via a long press of the encoder. The tilde character has a special function. It activates a continuous carrier, useful for tuning. The transmission will continue until you press the encoder to stop it. The beacon module automatically transmits a macro from the SD card at a set interval and speed. It's configured through the beacon.txt file, which I'll explain later in the video. Chat is a module that allows communication over the internet with other users. Data is handled through an MQTT server. The configuration for the MQTT server is stored in the beacon.txt file on the SD card. If the file is not present, the device uses my default server. The letters W and C in the top bar indicate the status of Wi-Fi and cloud, meaning the MQTT server connection. Users who share the same room name can communicate with each other. I've also recorded a separate video about chat, available on YouTube and Facebook. Overlearn is a separate module where you can listen to text files in a special format. These files are stored on the SD card in the Overlearn directory. Based on them, you can create your own content and add it as user_file_x.txt. The Upgrade module is used to update the device firmware. After launching it, the device connects to Wi-Fi and displays a link on the screen. Using a computer on the same network, open this link in a web browser and upload the firmware file. Once the update is complete, the device restarts with the new version. The FILEMNG module is used to manage the contents of the SD card. You can add and delete files directly. After launching it, the device connects to Wi-Fi and displays a link. Open this link in a web browser on a computer connected to the same network. This is the directory structure of the SD card. In the root directory, you'll find files with exercise content. The letters EN folder contains English audio files, while the letters folder can be used for files in your own language. The logs directory stores your QSO logs. The Overlearn folder contains files used by the Overlearn module. Finally, the configs directory includes configuration files for Wi-Fi networks. the MQTT server, chat rooms, keyer macros, and beacon macros. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.